Everyone, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by, checking the video out. I'm going to jump into this one. I've been meaning to do for a long time. Great tune from the 90s, Hootie and The Blowfish. Let Her Cry off the Cracked Rear View album. So, it's simple in terms of just the chord structure. You got basically a G, a D, and a C add 9. I sometimes take my finger off to get the open E in there, just to give it some flavor. A traditional C major, and then an E minor is kind of just thrown in there as a transition chord a couple of times in the chorus. But it's pretty straightforward, and I just want to say, when I say simple, I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean simple in a great way where you take these simple chords and you put it together, and the end product is a great tune, almost like in an AC/DC type of way, right? Four chords, but it's just, great music. And I think this whole album, and now that I'm thinking about it and going back, some awesome tunes. I'll be doing some more. But let's do this one here. Not Hold My Hand. That'll be next, actually. So now you got a sneak peek. But Let Her Cry. It's just, again, G. The intro kind of comes in right on the verse, I think, if I remember correctly. I'm doing a lot of this from memory. So it's a G to the D, and then it's C add 9. Back to the G. Okay? So if we play it, there's your verse. So it all kind of comes in, I think, all at once. It really isn't an intro, but it would be that rhythm. If you wanted to extend it, if you're playing solo on an acoustic, you can do it that way. So again, it's a G. She sits alone, right? And then D to that C add 9. And sometimes I'll take my pinky off that high E, and I just kind of, if I do it all together, I'll show you. Again, just to give it some flavor. Typically, I don't think it's in there, but I do it just every once in a while. And the strumming pattern is, there's a little involved to it, but it's down, up, so that's kind of the strumming pattern. I'm not very good at explaining the strumming patterns, up, down, actually, I just kind of, it's all feel for me, so. Right, so just kind of work with it. I mean, play along to the tune. I think it's the best way to kind of do it. Might be easier that way. So there's your, again, the main part of the song. G to the D. I mean, if you want to add some flavor, hammer on and off the suspended chord. C, add 9. And then the chorus, Let Her Cry, goes to that traditional G now. G. Let it go. So it's that pattern there, okay? So just C to G. But then there's that little turnaround. So all that is an E minor, it's a quick E minor hit. That G to the D. Okay, so that chorus is basically, you see, let her go. Back to the C to the G, and if the sun land on that D, back to that C add 9, to the G. That's basically your rhythm pattern to the song right there. What I've done is, and I know I guess the fills and the solo are kind of further up here. I think the lead guitar, the electric guitar, I should say, is playing with a capo on the 7th fret, and by doing that, you can play the G up here, like in that cage spot with the C-shaped G. Right here's the G. So again, if you know your cage system. So I think a lot of the fills are up in here, okay? Because you got this now becomes your nut, but you're still in the same key, just different chord shapes. But if you want, I mean, an easy way to do it, if you want to play some fills, is in this box right here, I guess part of the G major. So all I'm doing is playing, well, here's your root, the 1, the 3, and the 5, all in G. So if you're... And I guess you hit that minor second, that A's got some nice sound to it too when you're kind of blending it all in there. But it's basically it. So it's all basically just a G major scale I'm doing. If you want to kind of get into the E minor, again, the relative minor. Right, 12th fret, kind of your relative minor. Here's your E minor, G major. Right? So you play with it. But key of G, relative E minor, if you want to kind of just play some fills. But again, the chords, G, D, and that C add 9 are the main parts of the song. You got that traditional C in the chorus, back to the G. And that turnaround, that quick turn of E minor, G, D. And that's your song, basically. And that's the structure of it. Listen to it just so you know where the changes are. And go from there, have some fun. So thanks for checking it out. See you next time. Hey everyone, good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated. I am Richie, 6-String Fun. You are watching. Thank you. Going to get into another live tune. Again, been probably sitting on this one for a long time. I'll do it. Well, I'm finally doing it. So we're going to go with live to the Throwing Copper album, and this one is Selling the Drama. I think this is probably the one that really you saw first back on MTV. Was MTV still? I could be wrong, but I seem to remember this one being the big one. I know there's an album, I think, before this, but this was the tune on this album that I think really just got them that mainstream following. Never saw them live, though. Never saw live, but what are you going to do? So we're tuned down a half step. If you want to play along to the album, that's what you need to do. If not, you can just leave it standard tuning. It's fine. Pretty standard chords that we're going to be playing. A G, a D, a C add 9. When you can do a C, I just think this is going to sound better. I think that's how it's played. If I remember correctly, I mean, this was back in college, and I'm pretty sure that's how this is played. We got an E minor. We got an A in here. We got a B minor. Now, you can play B minor, but I believe it's a B minor 7. We're not using the pinky, basically. And I think that's the tune. So let's get into it. So how this actually starts off, there's, again, a couple ways you can play this. We are going to start with the A string, 2nd fret. See that right there? I believe, and how I think I've done it, is hit it, bend it. You're going to bend it, get it back to the pitch it was in, release. All right, so it's all on that 2nd fret, 5th string. If that bend is too tough, you can just kind of do another route, which would be, so you're going to pick it, hammer to the next fret, pull off, but I think this sounds much smoother. And we go from there to the G. And again, being that we are tuned down a half step, I'm still just calling these out as the shapes we're used to. So it's G to the D. And as we're playing these, we can pick some strings here and there. Just kind of pick out the notes. So that D is going to go from here to a D sus4 and pull it off to a D again to the G. All together. So I think throughout the whole song, you're going to do that. I guess it's 2 times I just did. I don't even know. But 2 to the E minor, to that B minor 7, to the C add 9. Back to the very, very beginning. Right? Same to the E minor, to the B minor 7, to the C add 9. Now, for the sake of simplicity, on the acoustic guitar, the chorus, we're going to just do one chord. I'm playing a D sus2, so we've got the open E string. Right, so we're going to just keep doing that. I don't know the fill. I haven't played the fill in a while, but if you kind of want to do it, it's basically you're going to B string, open E, but... Right? I can, if you want to learn it, I'll do it, but I wasn't prepared for this one. But we could just keep hitting that D. And on that C add 9, you're going to play everything over again. Just going to continue. We keep going, we keep going, we keep going. And there's a bridge, solo-ish type of section here. So if we're going to be doing that... Right, back to that C. Instead of going back to what we've done before, we're going to go to 3 chords. To the D sus2, to an E, to the C add 9, to the G. Well, you're going to play the C add 9. So all together, if we're kind of doing this, excuse me, that's kind of how that would go together. So again, from the C add 9, start like that, right? Keep going to the E, to the C add 9, and there's your song. Everything just repeats at that point. So listen to it, give it a shot. Fun one to play, good one to have. If you're playing, this way, if you're playing to a crowd that's in their mid 40s, late 40s, maybe even early 50s, I know it sounds kind of crazy. This song is pushing 30 years now. This will be a great tune to have in there, I think. A lot of people would recognize it. So enjoy it. If you haven't done so, like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Let me know if you have any requests. You know, sometimes I don't know what to play, so I'm guessing, but if you've got something in particular, let me know. I'll try to give it a shot. All right? Later. Thank you. All right, boys and girls, thanks for stopping by. Really do appreciate it. Let's get into another one from the 90s. One of my favorite. I mean, a lot of good tunes from the 90s. I don't care what you say. A lot of great music coming out of there. The rock, the alternative, all that. So some really good music coming out. We're going to go back to the band 7 Mary 3 off of the album American Standard. And this one is called Cumbersome. So you got to know your bar chords. So it's going to be an F sharp. We're going to do an E. But we're going to play a B suspended too, I guess it is. So you got to know the bar chords. I think they kind of really get the full effect out of this. But you can get away with probably putting a capo if you're going to play on the acoustic guitar, which I think would go over well as well. So again, Cumbersome by 7 Mary 3. Do you know why they named the band 7 Mary 3? I do. Comment below. Let me know if we're on the same page here, okay? That's a hint right there, okay? So anyway, let's get into this, take a closer look. Here is Cumbersome by 7 Mary 3. So this comes in just with guitar right away. So it's going to be a combination of playing your bar chord, the F sharp, but also lifting. And when I say lifting, just enough where you're just kind of muting the strings. Okay? So you got to know the difference between the full bar and then just lifting. So it's... Alright, so it's 1, 2, 1, 2. So the F sharp to an E. I always played it as a B suspended too. You can get away with the B if you want to, whatever. So it's hold that E to the B. Back to the F sharp. And it's not an F sharp minor, it's not a power chord. I play the full F sharp. So again, F sharp, F sharp. All right, so there you have the intro, and you've got the verse as well. So we're going to continue out in the verse. And it has a heavy sound to it, so you want to make sure if you're not getting all the chord, you're at least, especially on that E. You don't want to hit it down here. You want to get that throaty sound right here. And you can hit that higher strings on the transition to the B. That's your verse. It's going to continue, and you're going to go into the chorus. Very similar, but different. So, again, we're going to start on the F sharp. Right? So, I can't even sing this one. So, and you can hit just the F sharp. I believe there's another move in there, and I've always kind of done this, is a quick, kind of keeping that your bar off and hammering right onto it real quick. And I tend to hit some of the higher strings, the E and the B, to the A, to the E, to the F sharp. So all together, I hit a couple notes. A, E, and you can see about accenting the thicker strings here. And you repeat that, and then it kind of picks up too heavy, too. So it's the same chords, you're just playing a bit of a different rhythm pattern, that's all. So instead of... And again, the key to this song is being able to hit the chords and then doing some palm muting and some muting of the strings. And how I'm doing that is a combination of, instead of full fretting, I'm just kind of releasing the pressure. Combination of just the strings, but I'm also using really the blade of my palm here just to deaden the strings as well. All right. Back to the second verse, and it's basically just so that's going to repeat. All right. There is a couple different turnarounds in this song. Again, for the most part, the chords aren't going to change. However, what you're playing is going to change. So it's just really 3 chords, but you're just playing 4 different ways. A, F sharp, E, F sharp. Repeat that. And then going into like a little bit of a breakdown. There's no real solo to this, but you're holding that F sharp, you're letting it kind of ring out. just really what we were playing in the beginning. And I would say you can really get away with just the B, kind of the power chord. And again, I hammer on to that E string, low E, to kind of give it that bit of a texture there. And you'll hear that bit of that one note. All I'm doing is, it's the note, you're playing that F sharp, it's basically just that one note right there. So if you're playing the full chord, it's just the note right there on the 3rd fret of the G string. That's it right there. So the song continues. Basically, everything that left in the song is what we've done already. We know the verse. We know the chorus. Right? And the song is going to end on what we just did. That whole thing is played 4 times basically, and it ends on the so keep in mind, you're starting on the F sharp and you're ending on the F sharp. There you go. 7 Mary 3's Cumbersome. Let me know what you think. Any other requests, let me know. Again, think about it. If you had to think about it, how did they name their band? What did they name it after? Kind of curious if you know or don't. So I will see you on the next video. Later.